Hello everyone, my name is Jordan, also known as Scraps, and today I want to teach you guys something called ashmaker. Ashmaker is known to create something of more of very mids and very highs. So to say, it's a very old synth and it only pertains to the mids and highs. If you want to go for lower, I guess you can go for lower, but for now I just want to show you this little short demo I've kind of created. It's only about 9 bars long. And I'm sorry, 8 bars long, and I don't know, I guess check it out. Alright, to create kind of this old type of synth, I actually use quite a bit of the new instruments such as Retro Transformer Audio Matic, and I also use Synchronous for more rhythmic patterns when you start to play a note. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to get the sound right off the bat. So I'm going to create a melstrom. Now for Maelstrom, I'm going to attach the mod A to be kind of curved too. I'm going to set it to sync. I'm also going to set the rate to 1/4. The 1/4 kind of creates more of a rhythm. The shift, I take the shift to 24, about 2 octaves. It gives it more of a higher release format. Anyways, for the first oscillator, I'm going to choose a sawtooth. And I'm going to take it down an octave. Next, for our second oscillator, I'm going to choose a triangle. You want to go down for this one. And I'm also going to take it down an octave. For my mod wheel preferences, I'm going to take my filter all the way negative as far as it'll go. And I'm also going to take my mod and push it all the way positive as far as that can go. As far as sounds and where they route, I'm going to attach my oscillator A that goes into shaper. I'm going to make sure that my filter A is set to a combinator plus, and I'll make sure keyboard follow is on this as well. I'm going to set my frequency all the way down to 25. It's a good quarter measurement. And I'm also going to, let's see. I guess that's it. That's all you need to do for the initial sound. Okay, so next what we want to do is we want to create a pulverizer. Pulverizer will crush it and give it some more depth. So I'm going to turn up my squash to 20%. I want to turn up my damage control to 11%. And I'm also going to give my release and tone through all the way. That's good. And that's it for this pulverizer mechanism. Next, I'm going to throw on an Audiomatic Retro Transformer. I'm going to set it the transform knob to 40%. It's much better than 50. Kind of gives it a unique touch. And I'm going to set it to circuit. Still very distorted. That's right where we want it. After this, I'm going to create a Scream 4 distortion. What I can do with the Scream 4 is something that the Audiomatic can't do. It's crush it up even more. I want to take my damage to 40. And for the type, I'm going to set it to tube. It gives it a little bit extra harmonics. Next, I'm going to create from my studio effects a line 6 guitar amp and a line 6 bass amp. For the line 6 guitar amp, I'm going to choose just cabinet. I'm going to choose the 8x10 cabinet. And I'm going to turn on my wah as well and take that back down to 49. Gives it a little bit more crushed. For the compressor, just turn it on and take it back to about 73. For the cabinet, you want to make sure that it's 8x10 classic as well. what this does, it just throws on a cabinet and makes it softer. So in order to save some CPU, I'm just going to just minimize these. Okay, so after our line 6, I'm going to throw on a synchronous. For synchronous, we actually need to make the pattern ourselves. So I'm going to set it to 1/8. I'm going to set it to a rising down pulse. I'm also going to set the parameters to about this line. So I guess that's 4/8. So to the 8th line. I'm going to take my rising down for the first bar and for the third bar as well. I'm going to make sure that it touches the floor, meaning that I'm going to make sure the second bar reaches that very, very little spot. See how it's kind of cut off right here? I want it smooth like this. Next, we want to attach a rising up saw. Now, I don't know if this is 8ths or 16ths, but 8ths seems to work pretty well. Next, we're going to take another rising down pulse wave and attach it on the very back of it, kind of create a smooth motion. I'm also going to go into the second bar and raise that up all the way to create more of a slower, more smooth transition. Next, I want to take a rising up saw. Oh, and I'm sorry, this isn't 8 bars. This is actually, let's see, this is actually 10. So for the, let's see, 4th or 5th, I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm going to set this basically up like this. And this takes up 2 bars right here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is 10 bars now. And I'll basically repeat the transaction on the next segment, meaning I'm going to attach another rising up saw to the back of this. So it creates more of a easier flow. So for the filter, I'm just going to turn it on, and it's on low pass already. And I'm going to adjust the frequency up to 65% and take back the mod. Have a listen to how the mod affects the sound. We're almost there, but we need a little bit more grittiness. So after the synchronous, I'm going to attach a Audiomatic retro transformer. And for this Audiomatic retro transformer, I'm going to set it to 40 as well. So set that to 40%. And I'm going to take back the dry wet to probably about 71% and set it to gadget. And that's the basic sound. What you need to do after this is throw on 3 M-class equalizers. But after this, just throw on a maximizer. So the first frequency that I'm going to look for is basically just high sounds that you don't want to hear in your sound. So bear with me on this. You also might want to turn down your speakers as well. So in this one, there's actually a lot of low frequencies. And I'm just seeking to remove them. So now what you can do is you can take it off limiter. You can set your release to auto and your soft clip to 127. Make sure to minimize your equalizer, as it can cost you a lot of CPU if you're not careful. So let's see, I'm gonna make sure I have everything. Except for the second, actually, do I have 3 audiomatics? No, on the second audiomatic, what you want to do is you want to set the gain to about 4.7. But that should do it for this synth. And I'll check you guys out later for another synth, and I'm probably going to show you how to create, how I created my album artwork that's going to be coming out for an EP later this summer. So kick back, enjoy your summer, and I hope to see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in, and peace.